Greetings in Jesus' wonderful name and welcome to Riverside Chats. I began a series on the Sermon on the Mount and I want to continue with that series today. I want to speak on the golden rule. Someone said the one who has the gold rules. What is the golden rule? Jesus declared in Matthew 7 and 12, "So in everything do to others what you would have them do to you. For this sums up the law and the prophets. This is the golden rule. Do to others what you would have them do to you." Jesus' teaching was full of ethics. But Jesus' words in Matthew 7 and 12 is the most challenging of them all. The golden rule is more than just the one who has the gold rules. In our world today, the powerful nations, the superpowers, have a lot of yielding room. There was a time when the world was Hellenized by the Greek culture. There was a time when the world was Romanized, if I had to say, by the Romans. One culture influences the other. Today we live in a day where American innovation has reached the whole world. Some have even perfected what was started here in the United States. We think of cars, how the first cars was made here in the US. And now countries like Japan with Toyota, they make about the best cars in the world, superseding even some of the cars that were made in the place of the car's founding. We think of airplanes, we think of the internet, all coming through the influences of American culture. The one who has the gold rules in the world standard. You have more wielding room. You have more room to influence. The golden rule Jesus spoke about is priceless. Not only priceless, someone said it's timeless. And it's valuable for daily life. The world goes by the silver rule, I guess, if we had to call it that, which often say, don't do to others what you don't want done to you. Jesus' teaching is proactive. We look first today at what I'd like to call, what's the basis of this golden rule? Jesus links this golden rule to the law and the prophets. That means this golden rule summarizes all the teachings on love and justice and mercy. Micah declared, Micah the prophet, "He has shown thee, O man, what is good, and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, to love mercy, and walk humbly with God." Moses formulated 10 commandments by the intervention of Almighty God on Mount Sinai. The 10 commandments become the basis of Western civilization. The 10 commandments is not rocket science. It's common sense. You shall not kill. You must not steal. You must not covet your neighbor's wife. Honor your father and mother. Your days on earth shall be longer. Moses gave Israel 10 commandments. as ordered by Almighty God. Israel loved those commandments so much they expanded it to hundreds. Micah condensed it to 3. He has shown thee, O man, what is good, to love mercy, to do justly, to walk humbly with God. Now, that is the summation of all the law and prophets. But Jesus took it a step further. In John 13:35, Jesus says, a new commandment. I give unto you that you love one another as I have loved you. By this shall all men know that you are my disciples, if you have love one to another. In Romans 13:10, Paul declares, love does no harm to a neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfillment of the law. Jesus said, I did not come to abolish the law, but I came to fulfill the law and the prophets. Jesus was a practicing Jew. He was a Jewish rabbi. He was a teacher of the law. Later, Paul would say the law is old and useless. It is but a schoolmaster. It shows you what's wrong but does not provide the remedy. Jesus does not abolish the law. He fulfills the law. This rule is not man's intervention, but God's revelation of how we are to live. We are looking at the foundation of the Golden Rule, the basis of the Golden Rule. The basis of the Golden Rule is that it has its foundation in the law and the prophets. Jesus is the one who fulfilled the law. When Christianity started, it started as a Jewish cult. It started in the synagogue, and they kicked them out of the synagogue. And then the church was called away, and then it grew. And later Gentiles were added to the mission of the church. Jesus said, I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not prevail against it. We look next at the positive nature of this golden rule. Many people go by the philosophy, don't hurt others, don't steal, don't lie. That is what we call passive morality. Some people think Christianity is just a collection of do's and don'ts. But Jesus commands us to go more than just to what is passive morality. Jesus commands us to go further. Do unto others what you want done to you. We all love things done to us. Example, if you need forgiveness, Jesus says forgive others. If you need respect, respect others. If you want encouragement, encourage others. The other day I was in a store. There was a mother with 3 little children, and one of the children was in front of the cart I was pushing. So I very politely waited, didn't say a thing, and waited for the kid to come out of my way. I wasn't angry or anything like that. And then there was this lady full of rage, and she pulled a kid out of the way, and she said, oh, some people have no manners. They don't say, excuse me, or and stuff like that. She was so full of hate and so full of rage. I tell you, that lady, just looking at her, I mean, you would love to hate her. Because here she was commanding respect and showed no respect whatsoever. She was blaming someone else of being rude, and she was among the rudest people I've met in years. Jesus is asking us to be proactive. He's asking us to go beyond the rudimentary, the elementary, the mediocre. Jesus is asking us to encourage others, to forgive others, to love others, to respect others, even if they don't show it to you. At Charlie Kirk's memorial service on Sunday, Erica Kirk, his wife, with a heart so distraught. There were estimations of about 200,000 people in the memorial service. Probably one of the largest memorial services in history. And it was so different because this was not a memorial service. The president said it was a revival. Others in his cabinet said it was like one big revival. And I believe revival has started here in the United States. I just looked at the indicators, the economic indicators for the United States for this quarter. The GDP, I think, grew by 4%. The stock market since April grew by 35%. There is a revival economically here in the United States. This is a big question about the tariffs and how that's going to work. But it is proving to be very advantageous for the U.S. I'm glad the decision was made today to bail out Argentina. You know, you can't think only of your own prosperity. You have to think of the needs of others. The Christian life is just not about avoiding evil. It's about actively doing good. Again, the golden rule is not about the one who has the gold rules. The golden rule is simply being proactive. By proactive, I mean getting out there, loving, even before you expect others to love you, forgiving, even before you expect others to forgive you. Do good. The ethic of Jesus was an ethic of love. His ministry was characterized by love. We will talk a little more about the Golden Rule in the next episode. God bless you and love you.